Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel again, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to draft a basic sleeve pattern. If this is something you're interested in, keep on watching and let's get started. Here are the materials I'm going to be using for today's tutorial. I have my armhole curve, I have my long ruler, my tape roll, my marker and my pattern paper. Firstly, I'm going to roll a starting line from which I'll take my measurements moving forward. Before I go on, need you know that I'll be drafting a short sleeve here, but if you're going to be drafting a long sleeve or a 3/4 sleeve, you can follow through these steps. All you just have to do is take your measurements, your shoulder to the required sleeve length and the circumference of each point. Now let's go on. Mind you, my paper is on fold, so if you're going to be drafting yours, make sure your paper is on fold, or if you're going to be cutting straight on your fabric, make sure it's on fold as well. Now I'm going to be marking out my sleeve length, which is 12 inches, and I'll be adding 1 inch allowance for folding. After having done that, I'll go ahead to remark just so I can have a straight line. We don't want no crooked lines here. Alright, moving on. I'll go ahead to use my straight ruler to roll out the marked out points. Afterwards, I'll be marking out my bicep length. My bicep length is 6 inches, and I'll make a straight line with my ruler on the marked out points. I'll be inserting a picture here so you know where the bicep is located at, for those of us that do not know where the bicep is located. Okay, now so after having rolled out all the lengthwise measurements, the next thing I'll be doing is to mark 4 inches on the starting line. But before I do that, I'll just go ahead to label my lines. Here I have my bicep line, and I have my sleeve length line and my 1 inch allowance line. So now I'll just go ahead to remark the 4 inches I had marked on my starting line on my bicep line, just so I can have a straight line. Afterwards, I'll go ahead to mark my bicep circumference and my sleeve length circumference divided by 2, and I'll be adding 1 inch allowance for sewing. After having done that, I'll go ahead to mark out the midpoint on the straight line that I marked from the 4 inches on my starting line to the bicep line. After having marked that out, I'll go ahead to connect the marked measurements on my bicep and sleeve length with my ruler, just as you can see. Next, I'll be drawing the sleeve curve, and to do that, you'll be needing your armhole measurement divided by 2, and in my basic bodice tutorial, if you've not seen that, I'll leave the link in the description box below, so go check it out. I said there is a calculation to determine your armhole measurements, and it is accurate. It works for everybody. Alright, so moving on, I'm going to connect my curve, just as you can see, from the edge of the starting line to the midpoint down to where I have my bicep circumference and the 1 inch allowance, just as you can see. So after drawing the sleeve curve with my armhole curve, I'm just going to go ahead to blend that properly. Next thing I'm going to do is to confirm my armhole measurement. Like I said, my armhole measurement is 8 inches, which is 16 divided by 2. So you can see I have my 8 inches just as I have marked here with my marker, and I have my sewing allowance. That just shows the accuracy. So I'm going to go ahead to cut this out before I do one last thing. So I've gone ahead to cut out the sleeve pattern. Like I said, there's one more thing I like to do. So I'm going to come down by 0.5 inch on this point that I've shown you, and I'll use my armhole curve to blend it back to the initial sleeve curve, and I'll go ahead to trim it out. With this that I've done now, I'm trying to get rid of any bulginess we'll be having in the front of our bodice by the time we attach the sleeve to the bodice. And this is all there is to do about the basic sleeve pattern. I hope this was quite explanatory. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section below and I'll give answers to those questions. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. If you liked this video, do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get notified when I post videos like this. Until next time, this is goodbye from me. Love you guys.